Another day? Another mystery to solve. Oh, seems I just got a new message. There's a quad.
Carla, I'm glad you got here so quickly. The software on the laptop finally finished decrypting the USB key we found in Portia's suite.
Did it contain anything that could help our investigation?
That's what I was about to find out. There are a bunch of folders in here, but they're all empty.
What? How could that be?
The USB security system might have wiped it as a countermeasure. Wait, it looks like something remained. It looks like...
Like a guide?
Yes, information about a ring to conceal liquid in it.
Wait, could this be what was used to poison you?
My thoughts exactly.
It looks like the ring I found on Freddy.
Do you have it on you? The ring looks identical to the one in the photo. Apparently, the top part of the ring opens up. There should be a small button at the bottom. Try to press it, but be careful. There might still be some poison in it.
The button is there, but it won't budge.
It might be broken. Let me have a look at it. The mechanism is definitely stuck. I could try to break it open, but I might damage the inside even further.
There has to be a better way to go about this.
There's a narrow gap between the top and bottom parts of the ring. Maybe with a microfiber or fine fish line, I could get it open.
Any ideas where we could get some?
I'm sure there's some fish line lying around in the boathouse.
All right, I'll go and get it.
Thanks, Carla. I'll see if there's anything else I can use in the meantime.
I need a handle to roll the shutters up. Hopefully, it will do the trick. Did you manage to open the ring?
Unfortunately, no. Any luck with the fish line?
Yeah, I have it with me.
Great. Please, pass it over. To be on the safe side, I'll go and get some safety equipment and try to open it in the workshop.
Should I join you?
It's fine. I can do this by myself. I'll text you when I'm done.
Last time we were here, I didn't have time to look around. So many books. A peek into his mind. I should grab some photos for the article. What is Ruben hiding behind that curtain? It's his family tree. Though, some of the pieces are missing. Maybe Ruben keeps them in one of the drawers. The missing pieces might be inside, but it's locked. I can't open it without a handle. It's confirmed. I'd better... It's conf... It's con... I can't open... A complete Navarro family tree. I'm definitely taking a photo of it. I'd love to see more photos of his family. Could that be a photo album? Aw. Aw. Ruben looked so cute. Ruben's parents seemed so happy. Ruben was a surfer? Cool. Aw. Ruben looked so cute. Aw. Wait, what? Is that my mom? Why does Ruben have a photo with her? I should take this photo with me. Ruben has some explaining to do.
Carla, I was just about to text you. I opened the ring.
Ruben, could you explain this photo? I found it in the library.
Which photo are you talking about? Show it to me. Carla, I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. I know Marianne, your mom.
When did you and my mom get acquainted?
It was a long time ago, back when I was still a student in London. I can still remember the first time I spoke with her.
Wait, did you have feelings for my mom?
I won't hide it. I did. But she returned them, and we spent a lot of time together.
No way. I'm sure my mom would have mentioned that she dated one of the smartest and richest guys around. Even when I told her that I was going over to your island, she kept quiet.
I asked Marianne not to tell you anything.
I don't get it. Why would you ask her to keep quiet about this?
We agreed that it'd be better if I told you myself.
Tell me what, Ruben?
Carla, I am your biological father.
I can't believe it. I don't know what to say.
Carla.
I'm sorry, Ruben. I can't do this right now. This is too much. I need some space. I can't stay in the same room with him. Why is this happening? I already have a loving family. I can't even give them a call from this damn island. I wish I could see them right now. I think I have a picture of them somewhere in my luggage. I just don't get it. Why did my mom never tell me? I knew that William wasn't my biological father, but I never cared about that. He is, my dad. He raised me. It's because of him that I became a journalist. He was always there for me. And where was Ruben?
Carla, it's me. Please, let me in.
I don't want to talk right now.
At least give me a chance to explain. Carla, I wanted to make this clear. I would never abandon you.
Where were you when I was growing up? What was more important than me?
Nothing is more important than family. But I learned that I had a daughter only last year.
So my mom never told you?
No, she didn't. I found you by accident while reading your article that had a photo of you. You reminded me so much of Marianne, and when I noticed the name Page, I knew it was your mom's maiden name. I figured this couldn't be a coincidence. So I called Marianne, asked if she had a child. She told me everything. Told me you were my daughter.
I don't get it. Why did my mom keep you in the dark about me?
She had good reason. Marianne thought it would be better for all of us.
What reason would make someone hide a daughter from her father?
It'll be easier to understand if I explain from the beginning. As I mentioned before, I met your mom while studying in London. Marianne was smart, beautiful, and courageous. I fell in love at first sight.
Not for long, from what I gathered.
It wasn't that our love faded away that separated us.
So what happened? Why did you separate?
Well, when I was dating Marianne, I already had my startup company up and running. At that point, I caught the attention of one of the biggest bank owners in England. He invited me to join a group of individuals as an apprentice to learn from him.
I don't see how this relates to my mom.
I'm getting to it. After a few months of joining the group, I realized I was getting in over my head. They were not good people. I needed to get out.
This group? Who were they?
A group of very powerful individuals that cared only for their self-indulgence. Morality was out of the question, and the law couldn't stop them. Unfortunately, you can't simply walk out of a group like that. I started receiving threats, getting stalked. At one point, I even got assaulted. But the worst was when they started going after Marianne. She couldn't handle it, and in fear for her life, she left me and moved to America.
While she was pregnant with me.
I didn't know that back then. And, well, here we are.
Thank you for being honest with me. This is a lot to take in, and I'm not sure how our relationship will develop further. But for now, we need to focus on the investigation and find the murderer. So, you opened the ring, right? What did you find inside?
Right, the ring. Hopefully, traces of poison. But I need to analyze it to be sure.
Are you going to use the same handheld analyzer we used for the fake antidote?
No, it's not designed to analyze such small quantities. We need to do a chemical trace analysis. The good news is that I have such a device.
If there is good news, there must be bad too.
The device is in the laboratory that got trashed recently. I'm uncertain whether it was damaged or not. It's quite sensitive.
What are we waiting for then? Let's go to the lab.
Good. The device wasn't damaged during the break-in. I'll set everything up. In the meantime, could you look for a tablet?
A tablet? Like a touch screen one?
Yes. It's a white touchpad tablet. The analysis results will be sent to it.
All right, I'll have a look. I need gas to start the burner. I'm not sure if this is it, but I found a tablet.
Let me have a look at it. Yes, this is the one. The data from the analysis has already started coming in. Interesting. I recognize a few of the compounds. These compounds can be used to incapacitate a person within minutes after contact. But they're not lethal in small doses.
I'm not sure I understand what you are going for here.
I think that whoever poisoned me didn't intend to kill me.
Are you forgetting that you almost died from it?
I'm not. But if the dosage was lethal, I would have died within minutes. I believe they wanted to keep me alive, but immobilized, so as not to interfere with their plans. Still, one thing remains unclear. If the poison was non-lethal, it was still slowly chipping away at my health until I reached critical condition.
Well, the ring is broken. Could they have overdosed you by accident?
Either that, or I had a reaction to the poison that the culprit did not anticipate. Whatever the case, thanks to you and the miraculous, I made a rather quick recovery.
I bet they didn't see that coming.
The culprit is only human, and we all make miscalculations.
That's right. Which leads us to our next move. Do you have the ring on you?
Yes, I do. Why? Do you have something in mind?
Kinda. I think we should go and speak with Mrs. B about it.
I'm not sure I follow. How will Georgiana help us here?
After the Admiral was attacked, we needed information about an earring we found in his suite. So, Mrs. B snooped around in all of the guests' rooms to find its match.
Are you talking about Portia's earring? You're saying Georgiana broke into other people's
It was the only way to figure out to whom the earring belonged.
I just would have preferred you'd asked me before becoming vigilantes with one of my staff.
You're right. I should have.
Either way, did you figure out how Portia's earring ended up in Sam's suite? It might help us.
No. Since Portia was murdered, there isn't much to go by.
I guess it's possible that the real culprit planted the earring to throw us off their trail.
I can't be sure that's what happened.
Neither can I, but it seems to be the most logical explanation. However, we should focus on the evidence at hand. Let's go speak with Georgiana about the ring. I saw her cleaning in the parlor earlier.
Okay, let's go.
Georgiana, do you have a moment?
Of course. How can I help?
Remember when you searched all the guests' room to find out about the earring?
Not my finest moment, but yes, I do.
Well, we found a ring, and I thought maybe you'd recognize it.
Here, Georgiana. Have a look.
What's so special about it?
Well, it contained poison. We think it's the same one that almost got Ruben killed.
Oh my. I wish I could help more, but I haven't seen it before.
Okay. Then, maybe you've seen similar jewelry when snooping around before?
I can't say for certain, but if it helps, Margot and Janet brought quite a few accessories along. I guess the ring could belong to one of them.
Thank you, Mrs. B. We'll investigate this further. Could I also get the ring back?
Oh, of course, dear.
Ruben, we should search Margot's and Janet's rooms one more time.
I guess it won't hurt to try. I'll check Janet's suite.
I'll go to Margot's room then.
Once we're done, let's meet up back here.
Roger that. Great! Margot's not here. Perfect chance to search around. I need to decorate it somehow. I need to decorate it somehow. There's nothing here that could tell me that the ring belongs to Margot.
We'll speak some more later, chérie. I don't know how much more of this I can take. People are dying left and right. What if the murderer goes after me next? Get a hold of yourself. You are Margot Saint-Germain. You are a survivor. Come on, Margot. You'll be fine. Just put on a brave face as always.
Maybe. Margot isn't as strong as she leads everyone to believe. Did this fall from her notebook? Things to do after leaving the island. Meditation? A long holiday? Multiple spa treatments. I wouldn't say no to that myself. I should meet up with Ruben in the parlor. No one's here. Maybe he's still in Janet's suite? I should check.
I can't believe you. You're actually telling me this is nothing personal?
Janet, I was only following up on a lead.
A lead that you believe enough to dig through my personal belongings? Whatever, Ruben. It's clear that you don't trust me.
Ruben?
As you can see, my investigation didn't go very well.
Did you manage to look around her room?
I did, but I couldn't find anything that links Janet to the ring. What about Margot's suite? Any luck there?
Nothing. And I almost got caught red-handed by Margot.
What happened?
While I was searching her closet, I heard her coming in and hid under the bed.
Margot didn't see you.
I don't think so. She seemed really stressed out. I doubt she noticed me.
She was stressed. Any idea about what?
About being stuck on the island. That she might be the next victim. She puts on a brave front, but it's getting to her. I can relate.
Right, of course. I think all of us...
Ruben! The lighthouse!
Damn it! The SOS signal! Carla, we need to act quickly. We need to go to the lighthouse, right now.
You're right. There's no time to spare. Let's go.
It looks like the lightning strike fried the hardware. The surge even reached down here.
On the bright side, I don't see fire or smoke from the lighthouse.
Luck might be on our side. We should go up and investigate the situation. Damn it! The beacon got shattered into a million pieces.
Are you sure there's nothing we could do to fix it?
Unfortunately, no. We don't have another beacon, and this one is beyond repair. Either way, we should take care of the exposed wires first. It's dangerous to keep them like this.
Good point. We probably need some rubber gloves, though.
There should be a pair somewhere in here.
It's stuck. There must be a way to pull it out. A pair of rubber gloves? Check.
Great. Please, pass them over. Thanks, Carla. You know, There's something strange about this incident. The lighthouse has a lightning protection system installed that should have prevented this.
A lightning protection system. Can you tell me more?
There's a lightning rod at the top connected to conductor cables leading to the ground terminals. If lightning hits, it should absorb and send most of the energy into the ground. But it didn't. In any case, I'd better start by fixing the exposed wires.
Okay, I'll look around in the meantime. There must be a story here. I just need to find it. Was this window broken before? I should investigate. I think the cable was cut using the wire cutters. I've already checked this. It's the only window that's shattered. Why? Where did this brick come from? Was it used to break the window? This was no accident. The lighthouse was sabotaged. I'd better take some photos. Okay, Ruben. I think I have a pretty good idea of what happened here. The first thing that stood out was a broken window. It was fine the last time I was here.
I guess it's pretty odd, but it could have shattered from the shards flying off the beacon.
I don't think so. I believe someone broke the window prior to the lightning strike. There's a brick surrounded by shattered glass lying outside the window.
So what would someone gain from breaking the window?
That leads to my second point, actually. There's a cut cable lying outside that extends from the top of the lighthouse.
That's probably the conductor cable from the lightning rod.
I'm pretty sure. There were wire cutters next to it. I think they broke the window so the cable could reach the beacon's hardware.
In such a case, if a lightning strike hit the lighthouse, all that energy and it would explode. But it's rather odd that they left evidence lying around like that, as if they wanted us to find it.
If that's right, what would they gain from us finding it?
I can't be certain at this point. Perhaps they wanted to take credit? 1 second. I just received a message. Odd. The message was sent anonymously.
How could it be anonymous? Didn't you tighten up the messaging security before?
I don't think the security was fully compromised. They managed only to hide their identity. However, I think it's pretty clear the message came from the culprit. It reads, "Lights out. I left another surprise in the ruins."
This message is a bit worrying. What if they set a trap in the ruins?
It's concerning, I agree. But we were fine when we passed it to get here. It's highly unlikely to be a trap. The only way back to the mansion is through the ruins. We can't avoid it.
Well, there's nothing else we can do here. So we may as well go back. Let's just be extra cautious.
Agreed. I don't see anything out of the ordinary.
Same. But maybe the surprise is something the culprit hid for us to find.
Perhaps, but I don't like it. I'm worried that we're playing straight into the culprit's hands.
I'm not a fan of this either. But what if the surprise is important?
It could be nothing.
We won't know unless we find it. Even if it's nothing important, it could still help us identify the culprit.
I guess you're right. Let's look around.
Huh. That's probably the surprise the culprit mentioned. Ruben, I found a box with a ribbon on it. I think this is what the culprit wanted us to find.
Let me take a look. Just be careful with it. We don't know what's inside. Oh, I think this is one of my puzzle boxes.
Okay. Can you open it?
Well, the thing is, I collect them, not solve them. But whatever the culprit wants us to find is probably in this box. And since we've gotten this far, we may as well try to open it.
Should we hide from the rain in the abandoned house first? We can get it open there.
After you.
Let me have a go at it first. I'm not too shabby with puzzles, if I do say so myself.
By all means, go ahead. I put the box on the well. Wait a second. This is my ledger. I use it to keep tabs on all the bigger payments made by the company.
Why would the culprit put it in the box? Is there anything important in it?
Nothing particularly significant or related to Genetica.
Ruben? What's wrong?
No, it's nothing. A few pages are gone. Just notes on donations I've made to charities over the years. There's also another message left for us.
What does it say?
The next clue awaits in the cavern.
Is that all there is? I don't understand why the culprit left a journal for us to find. They could have just left the message, right?
I'm not sure. But I think they know more than I thought. We need to search that cavern.
Just a minute ago, you were worrying about us falling for the culprit's ploy. What changed?
We already got this far. We may...
Fine. If you say so. They mentioned a cavern. I bet it's the same one that the tunnel underneath us leads to.
I guess that's where we're heading then. The next clue should be hidden somewhere in here. It's vague, but let's keep an eye out for anything suspicious.
Ruben, there's nothing here.
I couldn't find anything either, but the message did say there was another clue.
I searched pretty much every nook and cranny in here. No clues to be found.
All of this might have just been a setup intended to waste our time.
What do you mean?
Let's take a second to think about this. The culprit sent me the text message while we were in the lighthouse. They knew we were there.
Right. They figured we'd try to fix it. It is our SOS signal, after all.
For them, it was two birds with one stone. They destroyed the beacon, and then they managed to distract us with the message they sent me. Even if all of this was a ploy to delay us, I don't understand what they're gaining from it.
I guess they needed time for something. Maybe to sneak back into Haven?
But why would they? They shouldn't know about the vault. Carla, I have a bad feeling about this. We need to get to Haven right now.
Let's move.
Damn it. The door to the vault is wide open. They must have broken in.
Don't give up yet. You hid the file, right? Maybe they didn't find it.
I did. But we've given them more than enough time to search the place from top to bottom.
There's still a glimmer of hope, Ruben. Let's check.
You're right. We need to make sure. Follow me. The file's gone. It's not here. How could I have been so careless?
If you say it's not here, I'll believe you. But are you certain?
Yes, I know where I left it. I haven't gone senile yet. I'm sorry, Carla. I need a moment to gather my thoughts.
I get it. In the meantime, I'll do a thorough sweep here myself. Something is missing here. Something is missing here. This is hopeless. There's not a speck of evidence around. Wait, what's that? The cavity is the same shape as the eye emblem we found in the cave with the Admiral. Is this a book about the Overseers? Of course it is. How do I get this thing open? Actually, I don't have time for this right now. I'd better go find Ruben.
How did it go? Did you find any leads in the vault?
I did find this book about...
Who cares about books right now? Do you understand the importance of those files? The social hierarchy of the human race is in peril, Carla. Think what the Genetica serum could do if it got into the wrong hands. I'm losing my grasp on Genetica. Someone is taking it from me, and I don't know who.
Where are you going with this?
There are no signs of a break-in, or any clues for that matter. Only the two of us knew about the vault, Carla. You're the only person I told where it is and how to get in.
Do I need to remind you that I was with you the whole time?
Yes, you were with me, but not always. You could have told someone about the vault before.
Ruben, I understand. You're angry about the situation and looking for the cause. But it ain't me. I've only been trying to help.
If that's the truth, then help me by answering my question. Did you tell anyone about the vault?
You're kidding, right? You have so little trust in me that I have to say something so obvious out loud?
Did you or did you not?
I didn't tell anyone about the vault. The culprit must have obtained the code some other way. Not through us.
It's possible, if they somehow knew about the location of the vault before, they could have planted hidden cameras around it.
That might be it. Back in the control room, when we booted up the system, for a second it showed a map of Haven. There was an empty room marked on it. I think it was the vault. If I saw it, the culprit must have seen it too.
We don't have anything else to go on. We may as well have a look around.
Nope. You were right. I found a hidden camera. Take a look.
They most likely watched the footage.
And saw the vault's code and how to get in.
Then, they distracted us so they could steal the file. But it's unlikely to be the only surveillance device they planted. We should sweep Haven and make sure there aren't any more. I'll check the control room first. Could you start from the creative hub?
Sure. It's not what I need to print. Another one in the bag. I should check the living quarters next. Just a magazine. An older issue, too. No surveillance devices here. I think that's all of them.
I finished checking the other parts of Haven. They were also bugged. How's the situation here?
I found another spy cam and a recorder hidden around here too.
They had eyes and ears all over the place. Give me all the surveillance devices you found. I'll get rid of them. Good. I shouldn't be long.
No worries. There's another thing I'd like to check here in the meantime.
If you happen to find another hidden device, let me know.
Will do. While I have a moment, I should have another look at the book from the vault. This table looks like a good spot. Looks like some sort of puzzle? Is this a history of the Overseers? That's the group the Admiral was talking about back in the cave. Why does Ruben have this? The first record dates back to the 16th century. A group of rulers from Europe formed a secret alliance to bring their countries wealth and power. Is this real? Odd. The pages at the end look fairly new compared to the rest of the book. Were they added recently?
Carla, there's one more thing. I wanted to... Carla, that book. How? Why do you have this book?
While investigating the vault, it caught my eye and I took it with me.
There are a bunch of books there. What made this one so special?
Its emblem. The question is, why do you have a book on the Overseers?
How do you know that name?
I won't tell you anything until you tell me why you have this book.
Carla, this has nothing to do with the case. Why don't you just drop it so we can move on?
When investigating the sniper incident, we found an emblem that fits perfectly into this book. Don't tell me it has nothing to do with the murder investigation.
Genie!
Did she hurt herself?
Hey there, you okay? Genie, no! We need to get the book back before she tears it apart.
So it is important.
You want the truth? You'll get it, but only after we get the book back.
Good. That's all I wanted from the start. Any idea where Genie could have taken the book?
Usually, whatever she steals ends up in her stash back at Genetica Keep. I'd start there.
All right, let's go. I don't see Genie anywhere.
Still, she might have been here to hide the book in her stash.
I guess it's worth making sure. Give me a moment. Nothing. No book in sight.
If the book isn't here, Genie is probably still in the vents.
Any way to get her out?
In theory, we could flush her out through Haven's ventilation system. Fortunately for us, she has a GPS device on her, so we can track her movements. All we're really missing is the GPS receiver.
Where is it? I'll bring it.
It should be in the laboratory. In the meantime, I'll prep everything in the control room. We'll access the ventilation system through there.
Sounds good. I need a key card to unlock it. I need to break the ice first. I think that's the one. I should bring it to Ruben. I've got the receiver. What do you want me to do with it?
Connect it to the port on the table next to me.
I need to turn it on.
Great. I think that's it. Now, we just need to get Genie out.
What's the plan here exactly?
With the GPS receiver, we can see where she is in the vents. If we shift the airflow in them, we can guide Genie out, but I'll need a hand with this. The system requires 2 people to operate fully.
All right, let's give it a try. I need to use the fans to guide Genie out. I need to use the fans to guide Genie out. Genie's blocking the way. She's out.
Good job. Genie should have come out in Genetica Keep.
Let's get that book back.
Carla, I'll distract Genie. You grab the book from her.
Let's see how this plays out. I need to wait until her guard is down. I've got the book. But Genie didn't seem very happy about it.
She'll be fine. More importantly, the book is safe and sound now.
Then it's a good time to start talking.
Very well. I won't go back on my word. What do you want to know about the book on the Overseers?
Tell me what you know about the Overseers.
Well, the book you're holding contains their early history. They are a very old, secretive, and powerful group of people. They are as rotten inside as outside. To be honest, what I told you earlier about why your mom left me wasn't the full story. Back then, the group who terrorized us both was them, the Overseers.
If I remember your story correctly, you were a part of them.
Everything I said before was true. I left as soon as I realized what type of organization it was. But the story didn't end there. The harassment didn't stop. And the Overseers basically buried my business. My startup company was on the verge of collapsing.
Obviously, it didn't stop you from building your business empire in the end.
That's because I struck a deal with them.
What did you agree to? It must have been quite a negotiation.
I'm not proud of this, but I promised them 10% of yearly revenue from my company. Every year, I wire them money masked as donations to charities.
Hold on a second. When we found your ledger in the abandoned house, the pages with charitable donations were missing. Is it related to the Overseers?
Carla, please don't make me answer this question.
It's way too late to keep any more secrets.
I hope I won't regret this later. The donations missing from the ledger were the ones I sent to the Overseers. I kept you from the full message left in the ledger, too. It said, "Thanks for the money."
Then it means that the culprit is an Overseer. Ruben, this is huge.
It doesn't tell us who the culprit is, only that we are dealing with people more powerful than I thought.
Is there any way we can stop them for good?
That's where the book comes in. By itself, it isn't as important. I believe most of the members have a copy of it, but I keep a list of names in this one. The list is a combined effort of an over 2 decades-long investigation. I was able to track down most of the members, except for the top branch.
Why haven't you given it to the police, the government, or anyone at all for that matter?
Without knowing a single member at the top of the chain, there's no point. If we try to cut off a limb, they'll just grow it back and be more cautious next time.
There must be something we can do about them.
Let's cross that bridge when we get there. First of all, I'm more worried about what the culprit will do next. Given how close they are to getting all the information on the Genetica formula, they might do something radical. I'd prefer that you get something to protect yourself.
What do you have in mind?
Nothing specific, as long as it can knock a person out if worst comes to worst.
Did Lucas have anything I could use?
No. We kept the gun only as a safety precaution. We never really had any security issues before on the island. I'll contact Sam. He's always been cautious. He probably brought some self-defense equipment to the island.
Are you sure we can trust the Admiral?
Samuel is a lot of things, but an overseer is not one of them. Of that, I am certain. I'll text him now to meet up with you.
What will you do?
I'll run another sweep of Haven. I want to make sure we didn't miss any of the hidden cameras. All right. He texted me back. He's going to meet you in the boathouse. I'll get in touch if anything else comes up.
Okay, stay safe.
You too.
Miss Page, mind explaining why Ruben wants to arm you for self-defense? Why now?
I'll explain everything afterward. But first, I'd prefer to get what I came here for.
Very well, but you owe me some answers. Now, I did bring some self-defense equipment to the island, but unfortunately, I left all of it in the boat when I arrived. If any equipment survived the fire, it should be lying at the bottom of the sea. I had pepper spray and a stun gun. Any preferences?
I think pepper spray would do the job just fine.
Then why are you still standing here? Grab the diving suit. Time to get your hair wet. I'll hold the perimeter while you're down there.
Okay, I'll be back shortly. I guess the pepper spray is out of the question.
Well, did you find the pepper spray?
I sure did. Have a look at it.
You won't get much use out of it.
Thank you, Admiral. I am quite aware of that myself.
What about the stun gun?
I didn't see it. I don't think it's down there.
Some of the boat remains washed ashore. Perhaps the stun gun did too.
Even if it's there, would it even work after falling to the bottom of the sea?
It should, as long as the box it's in didn't leak. Miss Page, if you want something to protect yourself with, it's the only option I see.
I hear you. We can try to look for it. Probably on the beach, right?
Only one way to find out.
It's missing a pearl. I found it. It washed ashore, as you said.
Good, but it's not a toy, Miss Page. Be careful with it.
I think I can handle it.
For your sake, I hope you will. Now, let's head back to the mansion. I'd like to get those answers you promised.
Sure.
Now then, why don't you get me up to speed on the situation?
The culprits sabotaged the beacon in the lighthouse.
I did notice the light was gone. I figured there was a malfunction.
All of it was only to distract Ruben and me from Haven. The culprit broke in and stole files on Genetica.
Are you telling me they have everything they need?
No, but they are really close. Ruben's worried about the culprit's next move to get the last piece of the Genetica formula. That's why he wanted me to get something for self-defense.
We cannot let the culprit get their hands on the formula.
The culprit won't get it. We'll make sure of that. Oh, I think Ruben texted me.
What's wrong?
The last file has gone missing.
The last file? What does that mean?
Ruben had 3 files into which all the research on Genetica was split. If the last file is gone, it must mean that the culprit has all of them now.
Where is Ruben? We need to meet up with him ASAP.
1 second. I'll text him. He's in the security office.
Let's go. Ruben, Miss Page brought me mostly up to speed on the situation. I need confirmation from you. Does the culprit have all the information on Project Genetica?
I believe so.
God damn it. This is a matter of national security. We need to get those documents back immediately.
I know. I'm just trying to piece together how they found the last file.
Did you keep the 3rd file in the security office?
Yes. A couple of weeks ago, I asked Lucas to hide it in his room.
First things first. We need to establish a time frame during which the file was stolen. When was the last time you confirmed the file's location?
Today, early in the morning.
So it must have been taken rather recently. All right, I'll have a look around. Maybe I'll find something that could give us a hint.
We should all keep our eyes peeled.
I did find a brooch. I doubt it belonged to Lucas.
Can I have a look at it? This brooch, it's Mrs. Bird's. She wears it all the time.
When we spoke with her this morning, she was wearing it, wasn't she?
Back in the parlor? Yes. I believe Georgiana had the brooch on her.
I think I should go and speak with her. Currently, it's the only lead we have.
You go and do that, Miss Page. I'd like to ask Q a few questions myself. It's for the best if we split up to cover more ground.
Why do you want to question him?
I saw Q hanging around the garden during the day. I find the boy suspicious after all the lies he spouted about me.
Sam, knowing your relationship with Q, I don't think it's a good idea to leave the two of you alone.
Good point, Ruben. You should be there with them. You know, just in case.
Right. It's probably for the best. Sam, I'm coming with you.
Suit yourself.
Since that's settled, mind returning the brooch to me? I'll give it back to Mrs. B.
Right. Of course. Carla, let's meet up back in the dining hall after.
Roger that.
Meet us in the dining hall afterward.
Mrs. B, do you have a moment?
Of course, dear. I'm always here for you.
You were in Lucas's room today, right?
Yes, I was. How did you know?
I found your brooch in his room. Actually, you can have it back.
Oh my. I guess I did lose it while I was in Lucas's room.
Do you know what time it was when you went to Lucas's room?
I didn't exactly look at the clock, dear. It was probably some time in the afternoon. But Carla, what is this really about?
Something was stolen from Lucas's room. I'm trying to figure out who could have done it.
Oh no. I hope it wasn't anything important.
It kinda was. But I'm giving my best efforts to get it back.
Dear, if you have any other questions, please don't be shy. I'll help in any way I can.
Perhaps you noticed something out of the ordinary while you were in his room?
No, not really. Everything looked pretty much as usual. Actually, later in the day, I did see Jax coming upstairs from the basement hall. At the time, I didn't think much of it. Figured he was sneaking more snacks out of the fridge. But now...
I think I got it. Thank you, Mrs. B. That was really helpful.
I'm glad I could help.
I should meet up with Ruben and the Admiral in the dining hall.
Sam, I'm glad I didn't let you go alone.
What are you talking about? He would have answered the questions just fine without you. Carla, did you talk with Mrs. Bird?
I did.
So, do you think we should put her on the list of suspects?
Everyone's a suspect until the culprit is found.
Huh! You took the words right out of my mouth.
But she did give me another lead to follow. She saw Jax lurking around in the basement hall during the day.
Interesting. Q also mentioned that Jax was acting odd. Around the afternoon, he saw Jax entering his suite, said it looked like he was hiding something behind his jacket.
Apparently, Jax was coming in and out of his room rather often.
Did you speak with Jax about it?
No, not yet. We wanted to meet up with you first.
Since we're all here and caught up, why don't we go and pay a visit to Mr. Trainer?
Let's start at his suite.
Jax, let us in.
Maybe he's not in?
He might be hiding out. There is only one way to know for sure.
Seems a bit excessive, Sam. Don't you think?
You can send me the bill later. Let's go in.
Great job, Sam. He's not here.
If not for me, we wouldn't have known that.
We probably could have used one of the windows to get in.
Miss Page, do I look like someone who'd crawl through a window?
Excuse me for trying to be resourceful.
Right. Well, Jax is probably somewhere in the mansion. We should split up and look for him.
You guys go ahead. I'll take a look around his room. There might be something here that can explain his behavior. Let me know.
Will do.
Jax, what are you up to? That's Janet's diary. Did Jax take it from her room? There has to be something else in here. Ruben has really outdone himself with nothing. I don't. Looks like Jax threw himself quite a pity party. I should grab a photo just in case. I just got a text message.
We found him like this. He's completely knocked out.
That explains the empty bottle in his room.
Why on earth would he drink himself into a coma?
I think I have a pretty good idea. Ruben, I found a diary back in his suite. Take a look. It's Janet's. He probably read it.
Janet shared with me some of her thoughts about Jack's way of living before. Nothing pretty there. But they'd already split up. It shouldn't have made him spiral out of control like this.
It's the icing on the cake. I didn't tell you, but a few nights ago, Jack slept with Margot. Yesterday, he confessed to Janet.
Jax, why do you make such stupid choices in life?
From the looks of it, he seems remorseful.
People, this is getting us nowhere. It's highly unlikely that this mess is our culprit.
Perhaps, but he might have seen something during the day.
We should at the very least try to sober him up. Well, until he can speak again.
Any bright ideas on how we can do that?
I have some electrolyte tablets down in the wine cellar. It could help him recover a bit faster. Though, even if he drinks them, it will take some time.
It's better than nothing.
The longer we wait, the more time we give the culprit to do God knows what. We need to restrain the culprit somehow.
I agree with the Admiral. We need to limit the culprit's movements.
Well, we could gather everyone in the dining hall. This way, we'll limit the culprit's movements and have eyes and ears on everyone.
With everyone in the same place, we might just be able to figure out who the culprit is.
I guess we don't have much of a choice.
Then it's settled. Sam, let's move Jax into the dining hall. I'll text everyone to come there too. Carla, in the meantime, could you go grab the electrolyte tablets from the wine cellar?
I'm on it. I should probably prep it. There might. I'll grab a bite. No glasses on the bottom shelf. Halfway there. Now to fill it up with water and drop one of the tablets in. Done and done. All that's left is to get Jax to drink it. I've prepped the electrolyte drink.
Excellent. Pass it over. I'll make sure Jax drinks every single drop of it. Miss Page, help me sit him up straight.
Sure.
I need the glass empty, boy. Time to prove your mettle. Good job.
Well, I guess it'll be some time before it takes effect.
Don't hold your breath. Ruben, when is everyone getting here?
I just sent the last message. Hopefully, they'll be here soon.
What happened to Jax? Is he all right?
One too many drinks by the look of it.
Disregarding the lump of flesh on the table? Mind explaining what we're all doing here?
I will once everyone's here. But we are missing Janet.
Why is Janet not here? Did anyone see her?
See, I saw her in the backyard earlier. She did look a bit upset.
Q? Why didn't you say anything when we spoke with you before?
I'm sorry, senor. I didn't think it was important.
Did you see where she was headed?
See, Miss Janet went into the jungle for a walk.
And she didn't come back?
I don't know.
All right. Everyone, I'd like for all of you to stay in this room for the time being. I'll explain everything afterward.
Of course, Ruben.
If we must...
We'll stay here, dear.
Thank you. I appreciate your cooperation. Carla, could you come with me to search for Janet?
Of course.
Sam, please keep an eye on everyone until we come back.
You can count on me.
Thank you. Carla. Janet, I hope nothing bad happened to her.
Don't worry, Ruben. Janet's fine. She's out there somewhere.
I hope you're right, Carla. If something's happened to her,
Then we shouldn't stand around here for too long. She might have gone in deeper.
Janet! Are you here?
Janet! Can you hear us?
damn it. She's not here. She would have responded already. We need to keep looking.
She might have gone into the abandoned house. We should check it.
Let's split up. I'll check the house here. You go ahead to the lighthouse.
All right, let's do this. Ruben will check here. It's a bit too steep. Why would someone do this? Could Janet be in there? I can't take it off. I need wire cutters. Maybe there are wire cutters in the shed? I need to finish carving it out.
I couldn't find Janet. Did you check the lighthouse yet?
No. Someone jammed the door handle with a metal wire. I think Janet might be inside.
And in danger. We need to get there right now.
I'm working on it.
Janet!
Carla? Ruben? I...
Carla, we need to cut Janet loose.
Leave it to me. I need to paint the house.
I'm so happy you're okay. I was worried sick. Who did this to you?
I don't know. Everything happened so fast.
Maybe you can take us through it step by step. Why did you go into the jungle by yourself?
I came here not long after I caught Ruben rummaging through my room. I just couldn't bear being shut up inside those four walls anymore. So I went for a walk. While I was out here, someone snuck up behind me and knocked me out. Next thing I know, I wake up, tied up.
You probably need to be examined. You might have a concussion. I'll text Catherine and tell her to be ready.
Before we go back, Janet, mind if I ask you a few more questions?
Of course. I'll help any way I can.
Any idea why someone would do this to you?
I really have no clue.
Maybe something happened during the day?
Well, I ran into Margot and gave her a piece of my mind for sleeping with Jax.
That can't have been much fun. How did...
I mean, she basically apologized for her actions, and that was it. It didn't really escalate any further.
The most important thing is that you're alive and safe. I've contacted Catherine, so let's head back to the mansion and get you checked over.
Okay.
Catherine, could you start examining Janet?
I'm on it.
Mind explaining what exactly happened out there?
We found Janet tied up in the lighthouse. Someone attacked her.
Mon Dieu!
Oh my.
No need to worry. Janet's gonna be fine after a good night's rest.
Thank you. Janet's attacker is probably the same person who stole all the files on Project Genetica. The one who murdered Freddy and Portia. Whoever it is, they're still here among us. We gathered all of you here to get to the bottom of this once and for all. No one will leave this place until the culprit is identified.
Damn straight. Now why don't we get started?
Right. As you all know, I've been looking into all the incidents and murders that took place during our stay here. From the clues I've gathered, I believe I'm very close to uncovering the culprit's identity. I'm certain that once I've gone through all the evidence one more time, we'll be able to determine the culprit.
Let's begin with Lucas's death, then.
Sure. At first, we thought Lucas slipped and fell by accident. But that wasn't the case. From the state of his body, it seemed that he had been in a fight before he died.
If I remember correctly, we found out his knuckles were freshly bruised.
That's right. We also noticed Lucas's suit was ripped. By that point, I was already suspecting Freddy was involved somehow. I found one of Freddy's pins by the pool. Besides, he had a bad limp around that time too. But there was no real proof, since the pool patio's security footage of the incident was missing.
Except that in one of the remaining frames, I noticed Lucas was talking to someone. So I questioned Mrs. Bird about it afterward. She was the first to find the body after all.
Could you tell everyone what you talked about?
Mrs. Bird told me she escorted Freddy to his room.
Yes. And then I went to finish tidying the Starship suite.
Thanks to the Admiral's chat with Mrs. B, I ended up questioning Freddy later. Freddy claimed he saw Q fighting with Lucas by the pool. So, we checked the greenhouse security footage during the time of the incident. Q was there. He couldn't have done it.
That's the moment we realized Freddy was lying through his teeth.
We went to confront Freddy in his room, but he was gone. Instead, we found his notebook which confirmed our suspicions. Freddy had murdered Lucas.
That's when we all split up into teams and went to search for Freddy.
We found him, lying dead at the bottom of the well in the abandoned house. But his death was no accident.
Dear, how can you be certain it wasn't an accident?
The well's lid was barred by a steel pipe. Someone wanted to make sure Freddy couldn't get out in case he survived the fall. There's also another very important piece of the puzzle. I believe Freddy was being blackmailed and manipulated by someone in this room.
And what did they use to blackmail Freddy with?
The camera footage of Lucas's death, which we thought had been deleted. In the heat of the fight, Freddy accidentally pushed Lucas. Lucas tripped and fell backward, hitting his head on the corner of the pool. And you know the rest. I believe the culprit used this footage to their advantage by transferring it onto a USB key before they deleted it from the system. They probably approached Freddy after that. I think they blackmailed Freddy using the footage, making him their puppet.
It's an interesting theory, Ms. Page. But where's the proof? Where's the USB key?
Carla gave it to me before. I can confirm the USB key is real.
Fine, but the USB key with the security footage didn't appear out of thin air. Where did you find it?
In Jax's suite. I know that doesn't look good for Jax, but I think it was planted there.
On what basis?
The USB key was lying on the floor, partially hidden, as if it was lost. But I don't believe the culprit would be careless enough to lose something so important.
It does sound suspicious, I'll give you that. All right, so if Freddy was being manipulated, what exactly did he have to do for the culprit?
I'm sure that Freddy was made to scout out the lighthouse to find the best vantage point. I found a torn map showing the way to the lighthouse in his room.
He tried to get rid of the map?
He ripped it up and tried to burn it. Thankfully, he didn't do a good job. In any case, when I found the map, I decided to investigate the lighthouse myself. That's where I found the military-grade binoculars.
And you're sure Freddy was in the lighthouse because?
By the binoculars, there was also an empty bottle of Freddy's favorite wine. I'm sure he spent the night there. Most likely, he was involved in some of the other incidents as well.
One thing's still not clear to me. If Freddy was being manipulated by the culprit, why was he murdered?
I believe Freddy found leverage against his blackmailer. And I think that ties directly in with your poisoning, Ruben.
Miss Page, why don't you explain how you reached this conclusion from the beginning?
Of course. After Ruben collapsed during our first dinner together, we started investigating what happened. Dr. Cat ran tests on Ruben that revealed a poison or venom of some kind in his system. At the time, we thought he'd been poisoned by the food or wine. But we ran further tests with Dr. Cat and found no traces of poison in them.
We hit a wall back then, without any further leads to investigate. Until
Until I had a delayed allergic reaction on my hand.
Which, after analysis, led us to the conclusion that the poison got into your system through your skin.
And how does this relate to Freddy's murder?
It's part of this ring I found on Freddy that makes me suspicious. The same ring that was used to poison you.
A poison ring? Seems like something straight out of my books.
No fiction here, just facts. We found out about the ring thanks to another USB key the culprit left behind in Portia's laptop.
It just looks like an ordinary ring to me.
This button here opens the compartment where the poison was stored.
Can I have a look at it?
Of course. I believe Freddy got his hands on part of the ring and used it as leverage against our culprit, which, in the end, cost Freddy his life.
You said Freddy had a part of it, but what you showed us was a full ring. Was it not?
The other part, the sapphire, I found mixed in with the tablecloth in the dryer. I believe the murderer lost the sapphire while poisoning Ruben, and it went through the washing machine with the tablecloth. This led me to believe Ruben was poisoned during dinner.
Isn't it possible Ruben was poisoned earlier?
Unlikely. Some of the poison compounds we identified are very quick to take effect.
I had contact with everyone in the room during the dinner. Anyone could have sprayed it on me.
Doesn't that leave the possibility that Freddy could have plotted to poison Ruben and done the deed himself?
First of all, Freddy's dead. Even if he did do it, too many things don't add up. The security footage kept on the USB key, him carrying a part of the ring in his pocket. And I'm sure someone would have noticed Freddy wearing such a flashy ring during dinner.
So, your conclusion is that Freddy couldn't have poisoned Ruben?
That's right. All of the heinous acts from that point on were carried out by the person who killed Freddy. Their main objective from the start was to get information on Project Genetica. That's probably why the poison Ruben was sprayed with wasn't lethal. He was kept alive in case the culprit couldn't find any information on the project.
Yet Portia was the one who ended up paying the ultimate price.
Portia's death was a consequence of the culprit trying to get their hands on Genetica. I believe Portia caught the culprit off guard while they were hacking into her laptop. From the evidence I found, I believe it happened something like this.
What are you doing here? You!
I believe that after shooting Portia, the culprit ran away, worried that someone had heard the shots. While investigating the crime scene, I also found a cartridge that seemed to be from a handgun. That's when I decided to check Lucas's gun, which the Admiral was keeping hidden at the time. The number of bullets missing from it was the same number Portia was shot with. It was the murder weapon.
Does that mean the Admiral is the murderer?
Calm down. I didn't kill anyone. Someone stole it from my room, and after committing the crime, put it back in there to frame me.
He couldn't have done it. The Admiral and Q were in the backyard around the time Portia was murdered.
See, the Admiral was with me.
What about Janet? She was in the room with Portia's body when Ruben found them.
Janet does have a motive. She was being blackmailed by Portia to stay away from Ruben.
Oh my God. I'd never kill her. What's wrong with you?
Carla, it doesn't add up. Janet would have had to put the gun back in the Admiral's suite before coming back into the room. Why would she do that?
You might be right, but there's also the culprit's black trench coat, which I found in Janet's suite. The coat's fabric matched the torn piece I found after the Admiral was attacked.
Are you saying it's Janet's?
It didn't fit her, but I'm sure it was planted there to try and throw me off the trail. Either way, before making any further assumptions, there's something else I need to let all of you know. We discovered that the culprit is part of a secretive, very powerful group of people called the Overseers.
Never heard of them.
Consider yourself lucky. Some of the stories I've heard still send shivers down my spine.
I believe most of the stories about the overseers have a kernel of truth to them. From the information I gathered about them, their roots go back to the 16th century. Their long history is full of instances where they abuse their power from the shadows to influence governments, even kings.
Sounds a bit far-fetched. You really want us to believe this group still exists and remains active to this day?
I encountered them in my younger days. I saw firsthand what they are capable of. Make no mistake, one of them is in this room.
Oh my!
How do you even know the culprit is one of these so-called overseers?
While investigating the trail left by the culprit, we found an emblem with an eye symbol on it. This emblem is heavily associated with the group. I believe their ultimate goal is to steal the formula for the Genetica serum and exploit it for personal gain and power.
Carla, even if all this is true, it doesn't tell us who the culprit is.
Which is why, before I start pointing fingers, there are some other facts I should mention. The culprit was able to sneak a sniper rifle onto the island. They actually tried to do me in, but luckily missed their shot.
I'm glad you're okay, dear.
Oh, chérie, you should have told me sooner. I can't imagine how traumatic the experience must have been.
I'm just glad to be alive.
The takeaway is that the culprit must have had some serious training to try for such a long shot during a storm.
Carla, now all our cards are on the table. Do you know who the culprit is?
I think I can narrow down the list of suspects to 2 people.
Go on, then.
First of all, it couldn't be Ruben. There's just no motive for him to do any of this. We can cross Q off too, as he couldn't have poisoned Ruben during the dinner. He wasn't there. Also, Q and the Admiral were together when Portia was killed. Neither of them could have murdered her. Dr. Cat can be taken off the list too, even if her motives for taking the data on Genie are questionable. Poisoning Ruben would have been a waste of her time, as she had to do the most looking after him, leaving little time to search the mansion for any information on the project. Janet did have a motive to kill Portia, and we did find her at the murder scene. But there's no way she could have tied herself up in the lighthouse. I don't consider her a suspect, and Jax is not exactly in a state to be able to pull off any heists either. All this leaves only 2 people who could possibly be the culprit. It's Margot or Mrs. Bird.
Excuse me? It's obviously the cleaning lady, chérie.
I'm innocent! I could never hurt Ruben!
Enough! Miss Page, get to the point. Who is the culprit?
I have no doubt it's Margot.
Chérie, don't make yourself look bad. It's not me.
Let me go over the facts, and everyone else can be the judge of that. Margot, you're linked to Freddy's murder. I found your lighter on his body.
The last time I checked, It wasn't illegal to lend someone a lighter.
Did you give him the lighter to burn the map that led him to the lighthouse?
How should I know? I didn't bother asking what he wanted to do with it.
You also had the opportunity to kill Portia. I saw you on the cameras walking onto the pool patio around the time Portia died.
Because I spilled wine on my shirt and went to change. You confirmed it yourself.
Yeah, and that was the perfect excuse to sneak into the Admiral's suite and grab Lucas's handgun. You also didn't hear any shots, despite being close to the murder scene.
Nothing you're saying proves that I'm the one behind all this. You're just wasting your breath.
I'm not finished yet. You sat next to Ruben during the dinner. You had the perfect chance to spray poison on him. I'm certain the ring fits your finger perfectly too.
Even if the ring fits me, there's no proof it's mine. Anyone could have used it.
But the same night Ruben was poisoned, you were looking for something in the dining hall. I bet it was the sapphire from the ring.
I was looking for my earring.
Right. What about today then? What were you doing in the afternoon?
I was in my room most of the time. I barely left it.
So you haven't been in the security room?
No. Why would I go there to begin with?
Hang on a sec. I might not fully understand what's going on, but I'm certain what Margot just said ain't true.
Mind elaborating, Jax?
This afternoon, I saw Margot leaving the security office.
Care to explain yourself?
Please, chérie. You must have drank too much and dreamt it up.
Margot, when I spoke with you today, you were coming up from the basement hall.
So what? That doesn't mean I was in the security office.
Well, if I were in the culprit's shoes and suspected someone had seen me with a stolen file, I'd probably assault them and tie them up too.
Are you insane? How did you jump to that conclusion from me just talking to her?
You're obviously hiding something.
Oh, chérie. I believe you're better at keeping secrets than I am. Why hide the fact that Ruben's your father?
Carla is Ruben's daughter. I can't say I'm not surprised. But Margot, how do you know this?
I run a media empire, Sam. It's my job to know.
Is Carla really your daughter, Ruben?
It's true. She is. It's a long story, but it doesn't matter right now.
I strongly disagree. If you've been hiding something as important as this, what else are you not telling us? Maybe you and your little daughter are the true culprits, scheming behind everyone's backs.
The only one scheming right now is you.
Your word means as much as mine.
You're right. But I have something you don't. Evidence. During my first few days here, when Mrs. B started helping me, she received a handwritten threat. That was the culprit's biggest mistake. If I compare the handwriting on it with yours, we'll know who's lying.
Sure. Give me a piece of paper and a pen. I'll prove it's not mine.
No need. I actually already have a handwritten note from your notebook.
Is stealing another skill of yours?
If it helps the investigation.
Carla, why don't you use the table to compare notes so everyone can see?
Works for me. Good. 4 more letters left to find. I need to find 1 more pair of matching letters. It's the same handwriting, Margot.
Are you people going to take her at her word? She's not an expert. How can she tell?
If you're not the culprit, then there's nothing to worry about. We'll sort this out.
No one likes a hero, Sam.
Samuel!
Ruben. Take another step, and you're dead.
Margot! Oh, how could you? Where did you get this gun from?
Ruben, you should really learn how to hide things better. I found your files after all. Did you really think I wouldn't be able to find the handgun? You should give me more credit.
Margot, you'll pay for this.
Keep it down, Sam. It's not good for your health to get so worked up.
He needs treatment or he'll bleed to death.
Don't try anything stupid. As long as everyone behaves, no one else will get... But, kudos to you, Carla. I thought I'd get away scot-free. Not that it matters much. The only thing you've accomplished, really, is spelling out your own demise. Now, someone pick him up and let's all go for a little walk to the wine cellar. All of you, get inside the elevator. Well, this was a lovely getaway, Ruben. We should do this more often. Let's see how long you'll be able to survive down there. Farewell.
It was Margot all along.
She's a witch and a goddamn psychopath.
I can't believe it. What on earth just happened? Oh, God. And Sam, I think I'm going to faint.
Everyone, I know it's a lot to take in, but please try to remain calm. Catherine, what's Sam's condition?
I'll be fine. It's not the first time I've been shot in the line of duty.
Sam, it's not up to you to decide if you're fine. Your wound is no joke. Just be thankful the bullet hit your shoulder and missed any vital areas.
Are you planning on removing the bullet?
No. It would be more dangerous to try and get it out than leave it in for now. With the current equipment in the first aid kit, I should at least be able to stop the bleeding. But I won't have enough bandages to cover the wound once the bleeding stops.
There might be a bandage back in the laboratory.
I can go grab it.
I'll come with you. I need to check Haven's systems in the control room. I doubt Margot would simply leave us down here. Everyone else, please stay here and provide any support Catherine might need. You go ahead. It'll take a few minutes to check the systems.
Okay, I'll be back shortly. I need all the pieces first. I've got the bandages. Any update on Haven's systems?
It's not looking good. It's better if we head back to the others. I'll address the situation there.
Are you telling me we're in danger?
I won't lie to you. At the current rate, the air will run out in Haven soon. But I have a plan. So let's not waste another second and head back to everyone.
Okay, I trust you.
Everyone, can I have your attention, please? I'm sorry to say, but we have another emergency on our hands. My worries came true. Margot sabotaged the ventilation system. If we don't act now, we won't get a chance to see daylight again.
No, 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 no! Are we all going to die here? That crazy woman needs to be stopped.
Could you please stop shouting? I don't need a headache, too.
The situation is indeed dire, but not hopeless. Margot removed my admin rights from the system, but I still have another trick up my sleeve. We can reset the ventilation system with the emergency manual override. However, we'll need a few people to operate it.
You don't need to ask. I'll be your savior.
Jax, it's fine. I'd prefer you stay put and recover your strength.
Sheesh, whatever.
What a joke. At the moment, I'm as useless as that drunk over there.
Ruben, you know you can count me in.
We still need another person.
Mrs. Bird, are you up for it?
Of course, dear. I might be old, but I ain't planning on dying anytime soon. Ruben, just tell us what to do.
There are 3 air control panels in Haven that we need to override at the same time. Georgiana, your panel is in Genetica Keep's office area.
How will I know which panel I need?
The panel has a ventilation sign in Carla. Your panel is in the creative hub, and I'll go to the 3rd one in the control room. Each panel requires a key to unlock it. Georgiana, I've grabbed, but Carla, the key to your panel is probably somewhere in the creative hub. It should have a blue tag on the keychain.
No worries, I'll find it. Is that all?
Almost. Once you open the panel, you'll need to wait for a signal.
What's the signal?
When the main bulb turns from red to green on the panel, flip the main switch inside.
I think we got it, dear. Shall we head out?
Just give me 1 second. Dr. Cat, before I leave, I've got the bandages you needed.
Oh, thank goodness. This will help a lot. Thanks. You better get going now, or it won't matter much if I patch Sam up or not.
Instead of worrying about us, you should focus more on the Admiral's health.
I do, but I'd prefer to know my efforts will not go in vain.
Don't worry, they won't.
Georgiana, Carla, let's go.
First things first? I think I've got the right key. Now I need the panel. getting lightheaded. I should hurry up. The panel should be here, not in the living quarters. Come on then. Where's the signal? I need to wait for the green light to turn on. I really hope that worked.
Everyone, the mission was successful. We managed to override the ventilation system. We are no longer in immediate danger.
I never doubted you, senor.
Oh, thank God. At least one thing went right.
I knew you'd all get it done.
I'm just glad I could help.
Y'all did well, but what took you so long?
Jax, you better keep your mouth shut until you sober up.
Why don't we all just take a breather for a moment?
We can't just relax. We need to stop Margot.
And we will. But simply rushing head on without a plan won't help anybody.
I'm with Catherine on this.
Can we just please talk about something that doesn't involve murder? Like Ruben. Why didn't you tell anyone about Carla being your daughter?
Actually, he told me.
What? Why did you tell him and not me?
Look, at the time, Carla accused Jax of having Lucas's murder security footage in his room. He was furious about being blamed and could not understand why I was on her side. I had no options but to tell him the truth to avoid any further conflict between them.
You didn't need to protect me. I'm sure Jax and I would have sorted it out.
Huh, right. Who knows how it would have gone down if he didn't?
The point is that I wanted to tell everyone when the time was right. But under these circumstances, it wasn't something I could even consider.
To be fair, I found out only today.
I don't even know what to say. I can only imagine what a surprise it must have been for you. How are you feeling knowing Ruben's your father?
I haven't had the time to wrap my head around it yet. I don't know.
It's understandable. It will take some time, but I hope we'll be able to build a relationship.
Sorry to burst your lovely future family bubble, but what's our next move here?
We get out of Haven and apprehend Margot.
Right. Let's assume we managed to capture her. What then? We still have the overseers to deal with. They won't let us simply walk away from all this.
Basically, Ruben was keeping tabs on the overseers for a really long time. He encountered them back in his younger days. I believe they almost made him go out of business. Since then, he started gathering information on them and storing it in a book. In the book, there is a list of people associated with the overseers.
I also have evidence gathered about bigger incidents that they were directly involved in. But I don't know the names of the top members in their group.
I have more questions about all of this, but it can wait. Even with all this information, Without identifying the heads of the group, we won't be able to stop them.
Well, if we somehow capture Margot and make her give up the group leaders' names, wouldn't we have a chance of taking down the overseers for good?
It's a possibility, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. First, we need to find a way out of Haven.
Saying that, could we override other parts of Haven manually to get out of here? Like the elevator?
No, it's impossible to do it from the inside.
What about the vents? They lead outside, right?
That might actually work, but the ventilation system will be complex to navigate through. We'll also need the ventilation blueprints to find a possible route to the surface.
Okay, it's a start. Do you have the blueprints for the vents down here?
Yes, they should be stored somewhere in the vault.
Great. I'll go and find them.
All right, please do. In the meantime, I'll determine the best point of entry into the vents.
The other part is missing. Sweet. I think that's what we needed. I got the blueprints.
Good. We should be able to enter the vents from Genetica Keep. But they're quite narrow. Most of us won't be able to squeeze through.
What are you proposing?
The best plan is to send one person in and have them unlock the elevator from the outside. But the only ones who can probably move in the vents are Janet, Carla, or Catherine.
Apologies, Ruben. I don't handle small spaces well. I wouldn't reach the surface.
It's okay. I can do it.
Are you sure, Carla? It's going to be dangerous.
Don't worry. I can take care of myself.
I wish we didn't need to do this at all. But there aren't. Let's just go to the Creative Hub. We can spread out the blueprints there and determine a path to the surface. Place the blueprints on the table.
Great! All that's left is to mark the entrance and the exit. I'd better grab a photo of the map. It'll probably come in handy. Okay, I think I'll know how to navigate my way out.
This exit should lead you out somewhere by the beach. But if you get lost in the vents, just come back, okay?
Ruben, seriously, you don't need to worry about me. My navigational skills are quite good.
If you say so. But promise me, once you're outside, you'll avoid Margot at all costs.
As far as I know, I don't have an appointment with her.
Cracking jokes, even now. I guess you'll be fine.
So once I'm out, what comes next?
You'll need to unlock the elevator and send it down here for the rest of us.
Sure. And how am I supposed to do that?
By using the panel in the wine cellar, you should be able to access it.
Okay. But if this plan won't work, do we have a plan B?
No, we'll have to make it work. One more thing. Here's the code you'll need to input into the panel.
That's everything, right?
I believe so. I guess it's time for you to go. Let's head into Genetica Keep. Here's the widest entrance point into the vents, right above me.
Seems a bit high up. How will I reach it?
It's not a problem. I'll lift you up.
Sounds good. Let's do this.
I'll lift you up.
The lid is screwed shut. The lid is screwed shut. It's a no-go at the moment. I'll need something to unscrew the lid first. Any ideas?
There might be a screwdriver back in the laboratory. I'll go take a look.
All right. I'll look around here then. Not my preferred choice, but I should be able to unscrew the lid with it.
Bad luck. I haven't found a screwdriver.
No worries. I think I got it. I'll use a coin to unscrew the lid.
Good thinking. Let's get you up there.
Here goes nothing.
How is it? Are you able to move?
It's cramped, but not as bad as I thought. I should be good to go.
Stay safe.
I need to open it somehow. I need to open it somehow. This should lead to the exit. All I need is to climb it now. No big, I hope. Time to get to work.